Hello, I'm Helena, a co-founder of Lung Passport. It is a digital stethoscope paired to a machine learning-based app for early detection and monitoring of most common, most deadly respiratory conditions using lung sound analysis that is more accurate than an average GP. Every third child under 2 years visits ER due to breathing problems. Pneumonia claims more lives of children under 5 than any other infection. However, up to 35% of ER visitors receive nothing but reassurance. Baby's cough parents are worried about is often caused by a common cold. Such overuse costs $1.4 billion to US healthcare system alone. Over 500 million people suffer from chronic respiratory conditions. 250,000 die each year from asthma. Almost all of these deaths are avoidable. Heard of COPD? It's a terminate condition which makes breathing exceedingly hard. Every fifth smoker will develop it, and once you've got it, be prepared for up to 2 hospitalizations per year. Each one can result in death. €44 billion is the direct medical cost on treating acute and chronic conditions in the European Union. The indirect cost due to loss of productivity is just as massive, if not more. The good part, up to 20% of hospitalizations and 45% of primary care visits could be prevented, saving a whopping $9.6 billion. But here, what might surprise you, the average doctor's accuracy for identifying lung sounds is just 62.5%, spanning from 12 to 89. The rate of false positives and negatives is way too high for healthcare. I have unfortunately experienced that myself when my baby girl was coughing for weeks. Lung Passport brings detection and monitoring lung problems like asthma, COPD, and pneumonia to masses, just like thermometer brought measurement of fever to every home. We can automatically detect 5 main types of sounds with 80% average accuracy. The analysis is done by neural networks that correlate the recording with specific types of lung sounds in seconds. In the clinical trials we're running, Lung Passport detected fine crackles typical for pneumonia 2 days before it showed up on the X-ray, and when none of the pediatricians heard it. The provider face inside is a web portal for doctors that fills the black hole of data from between the patient's visits. Our beta tester, a 71-year-old woman with asthma, has been tracking her state for 3 weeks when we presented a report to her doctor. It took less than 10 seconds to understand that A, the treatment isn't working, and B, this problem wouldn't have come up on the regular visit. Our prime customers are payers and providers. 8 pilots are already agreed upon. We'll start launching them in May. It's a subscription model. We charge 10% on the estimated savings plus cost of goods sold on the hardware. On average, we can save 90% of direct medical costs per chronic patient. Once the certification is in place, we'll start selling to consumers directly, charging $60 for the device, and the app comes free. We've got the best team to deliver the product. Our partners at Pulmonology department and Belarusian Academy of Postgraduate Education have invested over thousands of hours into nurturing the medical part of the platform. We've got 4 co-founders, 2 technical, 2 biz dev, a data scientist and a hardware engineer, and that's a team that successfully built a pilot-ready medical system in 8 months and $73K. We're now raising a seed round to start the CE mark process, to establish B2B network across Europe, and also start sales in developing markets where regulations allow. We're Lung Passport. We know when your lungs are in trouble. I would love to tell you more. Let's have a chat.
Thank you very much.
The device.
Now, Zelda, please.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. Very, very interesting. And I was just wondering, basically it's a sound technology, right? It's a sound analyzing technology. Have you considered any other applications except medicine to use it? To commercialize it?
Well, right now we are head focused on medicine, but our next step on expanding the lungs is to address heart sounds as well. And we're going to incorporate, we're actually starting to record the lung sounds and enriching our databases. And lung sounds plus heart sounds combined give you, they address 4 prime causes, leading causes of death in the world that are responsible for 73% of deaths, if I'm not mistaken. So that's our core focus.
That is a very equipped answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you.